Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, basically, they were being discovered by a man called Pearlman, who is also at the same time the mastermind of a massive financial scandal. But imagine like both bands, they are so famous, right? Of course, people will expect them to be earning just like millions or billions of money. Right. But in fact, they didn't earn any money at all. You're now listening to the Mastermind podcast. I'm Cynthia.
I'm Xiang Huan.
So nowadays, NSYNC Bye 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 is back into trend again because of Deadpool and Wolverine.
So this is the two IP that I will never expected they will come together. Deadpool is so comedic, and then Wolverine is so masculine, so man, right?
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
Right. Wow. But then both characters come together in one movie, and some more bring back the signatures or the legendary song from the 90s, which is from NSYNC.
Yep. I've never watched any Marvel movie at all. So what caught my attention is actually Bye Bye Bye, this song. Because NSYNC was like a very huge boy band back in the days.
Yep.
I wouldn't say it's my era, it's my mom's era, but because my mom's always listened to it, then so when I was young, I also at the same time got listened to NSYNC song as well. And at that time, other than NSYNC, there's also another boy band called Backstreet Boys. Yeah. Both these boy band, oh my god, legendary.
So that is like before what? BTS lah, EXO lah.
Way before K-pop.
So way before K-pop.
And that's the top boy band in the whole world.
So what should we call them? U-pop? USA pop?
No idea. But do you know that these two groups they are actually been discovered by one same person?
I didn't know in the past, but recently yes, because of like some big news came out.
Yeah. So Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, basically, they were being discovered by a man called Pearlman, who is also at the same time the mastermind of a massive financial scandal. So today in this topic, we're going to talk about who was Pearlman and how did his empire crumble. So let's talk about it today. So for Pearlman, originally his career is nothing related to music at all. He was in the aviation industry.
Okay.
So he actually ran an aviation rental company, which basically he works as like a middleman to connect between the client and companies that actually owns aircrafts.
Oh.
So his company, right, so-called aviation company, has no aircraft at all.
So something like Uber lah. So I don't own any taxi. I don't own any vehicles. So in this scenario, it's just like, okay, you need a plan. Sorry, you need a flight. So you got a flight. Okay, so I connect both of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Smart.
So his company is called Transcontinental Airline. So this is how it works. So how he came into this music industry basically is also because of this current Transcontinental Airline. So that time, way before NSYNC, way before Backstreet Boys, there was a famous boy band at the time called New Kids on the Block. I have no idea at all because it's really not my era anymore.
This is also totally out of my knowledge.
Yeah, he has no idea of who they were at that time. So he was wondering like, how can such young people able to travel with private airplane? So that makes him wonder why, and he go and dig their background and found out that they are actually the current famous boy band at that time. So makes him wonder that is music industry that profit earning that, like
so they can really like earning a huge money from music industry.
Yeah, for them to be able to travel with private airplane. So that time he has this idea struck. So he established the Transcontinental Records and starts to look for potential talented young boy to form a group. And that is how Backstreet Boys was discovered, and they debuted in 1993 with very, very huge success.
Very success. Yeah, Backstreet Boys. Can you imagine like during my time when I think Backstreet Boys debut was
1993.
1993. I was only 3 years old.
I'm not even born.
I mean, how I come into Backstreet Boys, knowing about the Backstreet Boys, is when when I was in primary, so it's a standard one.
Yeah, they have so many legendary songs.
Those days, what we have is a cassette Walkman. So the very first cassette that everyone gonna ask for, right? I mean, for Chinese, definitely F4. Okay? So to me, I'm very much into English
songs,
American songs. So basically, Backstreet Boys is my first cassette.
I want
Yeah, so they are like so influencing back then.
Yeah. So I mean, when he created Backstreet Boys, huge success. So his next step is to create another boy group, which is NSYNC. So same like Backstreet Boys, they also received like a huge success.
I think, but comparing to NSYNC, I mean NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, right? I think Backstreet Boys went more international recognitions. Like,
I think both also have
NSYNC
like
not really, NSYNC not really in Malaysia.
I don't know, but I think like I feel like maybe NSYNC is not popular with the band name, but their songs definitely they like go internationally. So they both this group actually earn a huge amount of profit by. If you know who they were at that time, we will know how influenced they are. They can be compared as like the current Blackpink or the current BTS, that influence level, you know.
And I think the level is even way ahead of like the famous K-pop.
So, you know, in our like in this current industry, like music industry, like when you have artists especially from the same company, right? The company normally they have a marketing way in order to like combine both side fans like to come together and then to earn even huge money from the fans, right?
Correct.
But this Pearlman, this guy, he actually went another way around. It's like
go and
he stir up some
the fights between the fans, right?
Yeah, he stir up the fights between the fans. So let's say K-pop, right? They have like a lot of like those dance challenges, like or if even though sometimes both artists have no close connection, but just in order to bring the fans together and then to get like the maximum.
They'll bring both bands into one stage so that they connect the fans' power from both sides.
So he will actually tell like let's say if you are Backstreet Boys, I'm NSYNC lah. So he will go to Backstreet Boys and backbite like, you know, NSYNC are saying you guys this and that and then it comes to NSYNC like, you know, Backstreet Boys are saying you guys this and that
so basically he trying to create some conflicts between both parties.
Yeah, so each bands, right, in order to win over each other, right, they practice even harder and then like
even
go
more.
even more, something like this. And then like even like the fans also the same, like the fans will try, I want my band to win over your band, so I will buy all their albums and then do a lot of stuff like I spend a lot of money like that lah.
You know what? He's smart. He is smart.
Yeah, this is even I feel like this is even how to say, I shouldn't put it in this way, like this is even better than collaboration, but the profit itself really is
I feel
higher.
That this method, this strategy, right, it works for that eras because at that eras we do not have any social medias, so everything is just magazine, newspapers, TV shows. That is like, how should I say it? I mean, during that era, it works for the fans. It's basically because like the only way the fans to support, right, is through buying albums, buying probably their concert tickets or something else. So I feel that it's something that can work during the era. But now with this current era, right, with the social medias, right, I don't think this kind of like controversy will work.
Yeah, now fans are very supportive, like towards let's say like one group and another group collabs, then both side of fans will be like, very happy.
Yeah, correct. And also because basically with social medias, everyone has this so-called freedom of speech. So if let's say one side trying to stir the controversy, yes, definitely there will be people protecting their own idol and so on. But then there is still people that standing in the neutral side they can jump in to neutralize the entire pool. So probably, I don't know, probably that's how it works at the time.
Yeah, but imagine like both bands, they are so famous, right? So of course people will expect them to be earning thousands of money, not just thousands of money, just like millions or billions of money.
Like how the current K-pop one is like so rich.
But in fact, they didn't earn any money at all.
Oh really?
Yeah. So that time they have like, okay, their benefit, they have a lot of, their transportations, accommodation, all these are free. F&B, they're free, and
everything covered.
Everything is like, the atas, the most high level of like experience. But in fact, they didn't earn any money at all, and their pocket money for one day is $35.
What about salary?
Pocket money lah. The pocket money lah.
The pocket money is the salary.
$35 per day.
Let's say, for example, from this concert or from this album, they made like millions. I would assume millions. Like, isn't that the artist will be taking some cut?
No. You think too much about it. They only earn $35 per day. It's their pocket money, and that's the only money that they got.
Like, okay, so and wow, okay. Alright.
Of course, the member will curious like, hey, our albums, make
Sold out,
our concerts sold out, but why are we only $35 for the imagine like international boy band where so this guy Pearlman will deceive them like saying, oh, we the company actually didn't earn money.
make any money.
Typical
Signature
boss.
lah.
Company didn't earn money. And then there's like, oh, company also invested a lot in you guys also. You see, all your expenses are free. You see, like what I mentioned, like the transportation fee, the accommodation, the F&B.
I just wonder, like, are they being treated the really atas experience? I mean,
really atas experience, like really, really atas experience.
Okay.
Just that only their pocket money is $35.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, those days they still can. I mean, so loyal to whatever they're doing. If let's say the current generations, I guess they already like
猪高高. Yeah. So that time they'll be like, oh, okay then. But then Low Perman actually promised them that when the timing is right, he will promise them a huge
big fat check.
Yes. But when the timing
Nobody know. Only he himself know.
No, when the timing actually arrived, right? Yeah, he invited all the members and even the parents of the members to place to have makan lah. And then he actually put an envelope placed in front of them. Wow, like very formal, So everyone
like finally he really given them the so-called
the
dividend.
Huge, the check. So everyone when they saw the envelope, they'll be wondering, I wonder how much
is it?
How much is in the check?
So how much is it?
$10,000.
After so many years,
yes,
basically
after so
they
many
finally
years,
gotten the check, and it's only $10,000.
Yes.
Wow.
International boy band, you talk and you tell people, hey, look, I'm from Backstreet Boys, but I'm only getting like $10,000.
Wow, this guy, right, is really the legendary boss, I would say.
Like, how to say, the members, they can't believe, like, imagine working so hard, so many years, and only worth this amount of money.
Yeah, $10,000.
And since that day, right, remember previously we talked about like Low Perman backed by both sides. So both sides, they actually don't have talk or connection at all.
Yeah,
but
correct.
after this day, right, both bands break the ice. And
they finally connected to
each other and had a discussion. Like they think that okay, this is not right. So one of them actually asked someone from the family who has like a law background to check the contract. And then in Chinese there's I translate, I call it like if you didn't check, you didn't know. Once you check, alamak, something like that. So the contract is
totally unfair.
Totally unfair to the band members, Like in the contract itself, 90% of the income goes to the company, only 10% goes to the member.
Wow.
90% and 10,
Whoever...
Like the K-pop industry now, the dividend is also like 5-4 or 5-5 or 6-4 like that,
I mean, even like now the 5-5-5-4, right? There were still some artists making noise saying that, wow, why am I getting so less dividend?
You know what's most ridiculous, right? Okay, how many members does NSYNC and Backstreet Boys
I can't remember.
Okay, they have 5. Each 5.
Okay.
But on stage 5, on paper, 6. The number 6 hidden member is Low Perman himself. So he actually, the 10% income to given that's supposed to give to the member, he will also take one part of it.
10%.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So people will be like, come on, we are the one who are performing on stage. And then you also, why are you even one of our members,
Oh, wow.
And then when they check, right, so the so-called benefits that we previously mentioned is like the transportation, accommodation is paid by the money that is supposed to be given to the members. So in other words, is the members pay for their accommodation, for their transportation fee, for their F&B and all expenses.
So at the same time, for Low Perman is free.
Yes. So that is why after deducting this, deducting that, the members
only
get
left 10,000.
No, $35 pocket money per day.
Okay, okay.
So in the end, all the members they went for the lawsuit lah, and eventually they win the lawsuit lah, because obviously this is very obvious already.
Yep.
So when they end the lawsuit, right, they managed to cut off their contract with him. However, they could not get back all the money that they previously should have been given. They only managed to cut the contract.
Okay, so where does all the money went?
To his own pocket. For his own expension.
I thought like the court can actually order, okay, so you need to pay back, like you need to pay them back.
Okay, that's another, that is his so-called, the first scandal in the music industry, I would call. So because of this lawsuit, right, actually gains attention because imagine Backstreet Boys and NSYNC that time, the reputation.
The big news.
Yeah, influential. So other than this music industry, right, at the same time, he didn't give up on his aviation business as well. So because of his success of making these two boy bands, right, so actually make a lot of people to believe he has the ability to...
He's a success one.
He's a success one. So at the same time, he also starts to call in investors to invest in his transcontinental airline. So which has no airplanes at all, like I mentioned before. And telling investors that, this investment is going to be a big thing. You will get high returns. Typical people asking for investor for money.
Typical business people.
Yeah. So
of course, by looking into his two success boy bands, the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, right? I think probably sure people will believe him.
Yeah, and because it's like a free marketing, Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Imagine Backstreet Boys shouting, "Hey, you need airplane? Like look for transcontinental airplane."
Yeah, but in fact, there's no airplanes at all.
Yeah.
So their investors, some are smart as well. They actually suspected something. So they actually asked like, we need photo evidence to prove that your company actually has airplanes. So what he do? Smart guy. He asked his friend to create a plane model with their company logo on top of it. And then he went to the airport and used angle to take photos of the plane like landing in the airport.
Wow, this one cheapskate.
Because Photoshop that time was not a thing.
Was not a thing yet.
Yeah, so he used camera angle to fake the photo that their airplane is landing. There's actually true airplane.
This fellow is like the smart level is next level.
Yeah, so you can see that actually this guy is actually quite smart.
Very smart.
He's very, very smart.
But being used on the wrong side.
Yeah. So all the money that he collected from the investors and also that he scammed from the boy bands, right? He actually used the money on himself. So and also other using for himself, he also used the new investors' money to pay off the interest for the previous investor. So it's a bit like a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, use new one.
Money game
money game like that though.
Okay.
So like what we mentioned just now, it's actually throughout those times there are a few investors starting to suspect him already. But then this thing actually went into news is after when Backstreet Boys and NSYNC they actually win the lawsuit.
So the bubble burst.
Yeah, the bubble burst. So after the lawsuit, investor realized that his company is actually not making any profit at all. Even the financial report is fake one.
Oh shit.
So all the investors sue him, of course sue him, and then he also very smart He quickly run out, like the bubble burst already, so he run
out from the country.
Run out from the country, and the FBI also start to try to locate him fun fact is that his ending is also very, very funny. Is that the FBI actually got the news of Pearlman is in Bali, so the FBI went to Bali to try to capture him. So that time they be like, it's still early, let's have some breakfast first. So they went for breakfast. And Pearlman was having breakfast at the table next to the FBI.
Wow, so
immediately captured. Immediately captured.
So they don't even need to spend effort to locate him at all. So it just immediately sitting next.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Then funny when I read the news about until this part, I'd be like, wow, seems like it's fake,
Okay.
Yeah, after investigation, they actually found out that his Ponzi scam not just started from all the airlines or the music industry. It actually started back from 1980s. But because during that time, the amount is not that huge, so it didn't get any attention. At all. So his total scam is more than $10 billion from investors and banks. They only managed to got back $7 billion. While the rest of the $3 billion nowhere to be found. They can't locate back the $3 billion. And
okay like 10 billions, they still managed to recover 7 billions. Okay like not total loss at all, I would say, but then still, wow, that fella managed to scam $10 billion during that era. And genius.
Yeah, so his ending is in 21st May of 2008. He's charged 25 years in prison and with 1 month reduction for each million payback. So he managed to reduce his prison time to 21 years in the end. So from 25 to 21 years and died in the prison in 2016 due to heart attack.
Wow. So what a sarcastic ending. I mean, sad for those, especially Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, that really put in their heart and soul for whatever they achieve.
Imagine with their fame that time, I can't imagine the amount of money that they should have earned that time. But after they cut off the contract with Pearlman, their band is still doing good lah.
Yeah, they're still doing good. And also, I think there's one time I remember they have one comeback. Backstreet Boys comeback. If not mistaken, is it in Singapore or Malaysia comeback concert?
I can't remember.
I can't remember. There's a few years back So it's like the Backstreet Boy comeback concert, and also still crazy.
Yeah. So because of the NSYNC Bye 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 song, it really brings back all the memories.
Alright.
I would say, although I'm not born in that era, but because of my mom, these two boy bands have a huge influence on me in terms of music as well.
Especially for us that born in the 90s. And yeah, I mean, in another way, yes, for Pearlman, whatever that he did, really mastermind, really genius, but being utilized on the wrong side.
Yeah.
But another way we look at it, without Pearlman, there's no Backstreet Boys also. There's no NSYNC.
Yeah, true.
It's a very sarcastic.
Yeah, with the success of these two boy bands, if the profit that he earned, he actually used to pay back the previous scam that he did previously, right? And then he focused just on these two boy bands, or even discover more boy bands. He won't end up with this ending.
Correct.
I would say.
Probably there's many more Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. But then, still, that's the Buddha facts. So, what a sarcastic ending.
Yeah, so that's the story about Backstreet Boy, NSYNC, and the man Pearlman.
Whoever haven't watched Deadpool and Wolverine, go to the cinema and watch it. I personally wanted, but then I still cannot accept Deadpool and Wolverine come together. I'm big fans of Wolverine, but I don't know. Still very struggling. Alright, that is all for this episode, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.